Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Gamera, Guardian of the Universe, a Japanese kaiju film from 1995 that was directed by Shusuke Kaneko. Now, a ship carrying plutonium collides with a floating island of sorts off the eastern coast of the Philippines, one of many incidents occurring throughout the area. Now, as the anomalous formation approaches Japan, of course, a team of scientists discover some amulets in a stone slab covered in runes on the island. Now, during the investigation, the island suddenly quakes, destroying the slab and throwing the scientists into the ocean. Now, one member of the team sees the eye and tusk of a giant turtle named Gamera. Meanwhile, three giant bird-like creatures begin to attack desolate villagers, but most fortunately, the giant turtle is a guardian of humanity and decides to confront these flying terrors for himself. Now, the story structure in Gamera, Guardian of the Universe is typical of most kaiju films. Evil monsters show up first to attack the humans. Then the good guy monster shows up a little bit after, but the humans have trouble trusting the good guy monster for a while, which leads to some tussles between them. But later on, they begin to see eye to eye and team up to take down the baddies. Now, this is a basic premise for a kaiju film, but the entertainment value of this film is so high that it's easy to forgive its conventional story. And to this film's credit, the script is well written. It's written well enough to continually progress the story and develop the mythology of the monsters. There's some good discussion between the human characters regarding the monsters' origins, which are a little bit different. And it's efficient in how it dishes out information to the viewer, which minimizes dull filler and helps to keep things moving along. In terms of script writing quality, this is better than most kaiju films. It really is. But we watch films like this for the monster action, right? And I'm happy to say that there is more than enough to satisfy. The monsters are on screen for much of the runtime, and you do not have to sit around for an hour waiting to see them. You know what I mean? They appear fairly early on and very often. There's a suspense sequence that takes place in a baseball stadium. That was pretty cool. But the subsequent monster battles that take place in both rural and populated locations are fun to watch. They're fun. They have lots of energy to them, and there are some surprises regarding the fighting tactics and maneuvers. Lots of destruction and some good monster deaths to enjoy here. The design of our protagonist monster is a bit different from some of the more popular, Godzilla films or the monsters in those films, which is a nice change of pace. I mean, he's a giant turtle, for goodness sakes, right? And he's got some fantastic abilities that I'm not going to spoil for you, in case you are unaware of what they are. Now, I recommend watching this movie without watching any trailers or reading any reviews, which will help to preserve some of the surprises. His character design is refreshingly creative. I'll just leave it at that. Now, the evil bird monsters called Gaios, or Gaios, I don't even know. I think it's Gaios, have been compared in some reviews online to Rodan by some people. But they have their own bells and whistles. You know what I mean? Their goofy eyeballs made me laugh quite a bit because it made them seem almost demented and psychotic, which was kind of funny to me. I really enjoyed that. Also, the sound effects that are used when they're chewing on meat is pretty hilarious. I like these little buggers, and one of them is particularly difficult to kill, so that's good. In terms of special effects, physical effects are very effective in this one, especially for this kind of film. They're not photorealistic or anything, you know what I mean? Would you really expect that? But they don't have to be, right? And they're a huge upgrade when compared to the Gamera films from the 60s and 70s, I'll tell you that much. And I will say that some of the computer effects in this film do not really hold up nowadays, so there are a few short moments that look pretty poor, but those are few and far between. Camera work is good. There's a good shot where the camera glides very fast through the city sets. I like that shot. There's also some street-level shots that give a human perspective to the chaos. And those worked very well as well. Remember, this was directed by Shusuke Kaneko, the man who would later give us Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All-Out Attack, which is the single greatest Godzilla film of all time, in my opinion. So, Gamera, Guardian of the Universe, has some very good direction behind it. The acting is good as well. which really helps during the non-action moments. Lead actress is Shinobu Nakayama, who also played Jet Li's character's girlfriend in Fist of Legend, if you're familiar with that film. Ayako Fujitani is the supporting actress, and she happens to be Steven Seagal's daughter. Fun fact. So despite its conventional story and a few dodgy computer effects here and there, Gamera, Guardian of the Universe is a fantastic kaiju film, and is a must-watch for anyone who has an interest in this kind of thing. So check this one out. And most fortunately, Shusuke Kaneko decided to direct 2 more Gamera films in the late 1990s. And I will be reviewing Gamera 2, Attack of Legion, and Gamera 3, The Revenge of Iris in the upcoming weeks. When I watched these films like back in the day, Guardian of the Universe was my favorite of the bunch, but I'm kind of excited to see if any of the sequels can overtake it during a repeat viewing after all of these years. So look out for those reviews, they'll be coming soon. And Gamera, Guardian of the Universe is currently available on Region 1 DVD with English subtitles. There's also a huge box set available that includes 11 of the Gamera films. And from what I've seen, because it's in my collection, the picture and sound quality are good despite multiple movies being included on each disc. So, I haven't watched all the discs yet, but the first one I watched for the new trilogy looked pretty good. And as always, I'll see you next time.